Good morning, students. Welcome to the class today. This week, we are going to study early Tamil society and culture. In the last class, we detailed study about the classical Tamil literature, then epigraphy, that means inscriptions. Third one, archaeological excavations and material culture, and last, non-Tamil and foreign literature. Today, we are going to study the Sangam age. The Sangam age or the early historic period is an important phase in the history of South India. The period is marked out from prehistory because of the availability of textual sources, namely Sangam literature and Tamil Brahmi inscriptions. Sangam text is a vast corpus of literature that serves as an important source for the study of the people and society of the relevant period. Then chronology. There is considerable debate among scholars about the age and chronology of Sangam society. The Sangam texts are generally dated to between the 3rd century BC and 3rd century AD. The references in Greco-Roman text, Tamil Brahmis inscriptions and the references to the Cheras, Cholas and the Pandyas in the Ashokan inscriptions corroborate this date. Ashokan Brahmi, the Brahmi script used in Ashokan edicts or inscriptions. Tinai. The concept of Tinai is presented in the Tamil grammar work Tolkappiyam, and his concept is essential to understand the classical Tamil poems. Tinai is a poetic theme which means a class or category and refers to a habitat or ecozone with specific physiographical characteristics. Sangam poems are set in these specific ecozones and reveal that human life has deep relationships with nature. The themes of the poems are broadly defined as Agam and Puram. Agam means interior and Puram means exterior. Agathinai, it refers to various situations of love and family life, while Purathinai is concerned with all other aspects of life and deals particularly with war and heroism. Ainthinai, the 5 Thinais or landscapes. Tamilagam was divided into 5 landscapes. Each region had distinct characteristics, a presiding deity, occupation, people, and cultural life according to its specific environmental conditions. This classification has been interpreted by scholars to reflect real life situations in these landscapes. 5 landscapes. What are they? Kurinchi, Mullai, Marudam, Neidal, and Palai. Kurinchi refers to the hilly and mountainous regions. Mullai is forested and pastoral region. Marudam is a fertile riverine valley. Neidal is a coastal region. Palai, that is sandy desert region. When Kurinchi and Mullai became dry, it will be considered as Palai. Next topic is Sangam age polity, political powers of Tamilagam. The Sangam age has its roots in the Iron Age. In the Iron Age, people were organized into chiefdoms. From such communities of Iron Age emerged the Benders of the early historic period, and the Valiers of the Sangam age were chieftains. The Mauryan Emperor Ashoka conquered Kalinga, that is in Odisha, and parts of Andhra and Karnataka regions. Moovendar. Among the political powers of the Sangam age, the Cheras, Cholas, and the Pandyas occupied preeminent positions. They were known as Moovendar, the 3 kings. The Moovendar controlled the major towns and ports of the Sangam period. First, Cheras. The Cheras, referred to as Kerala Putras in the Ashokan inscriptions, controlled the regions of present-day Kerala and also in the western parts of Tamil Nadu. Their capital is Vanchi. Musiri and Tondi were their major town ports. Vanchi is identified with Karur in Tamil Nadu, while some other identify it with Tiruvachikulam in Kerala. Paditrupattu, this book, speaks about Chera kings and their territory. The Cheras wore garlands made from the flowers of the palm tree. The inscriptions of Pugalur near Karur mention the Chera kings of 3 generations. Coins of Chera kings have been found in Karur. The Silappatikaram. speaks about Cheran Chenguttuvan who built temple for Kannagi. Who built temple for Kannagi? Cheran Chenguttuvan. The bow and arrow was the symbol of the Cheras. Legend has it that Ilango, who composed Silappatikaram, was the brother of Cheran Chenguttuvan. Then Cholas. The Cholas ruled over the Kaveri Delta and northern parts of Tamil Nadu. Their capital was Urayur and their port was Kaveri Pumpattinam or Pumbuhar, where the river Kaveri drains into the Bay of Bengal. Pattinapalai. This book is a long poem about Kaveri Pumpattinam composed by the poet Kadiyalur Uruthirankandanar. Silappatikaram describes the trading activities at Kaveri Pumpattinam. Karikalan is a notable among the Chola kings and is credited with bringing forest lands under the plough and developing irrigation facilities by effectively utilizing the water from the river Kaveri. The foundation for the extensive harnessing of water for irrigation purposes, which reached its zenith in later Chola times, was laid in his time. Karikalan fought battles with Pandyas, the Cheras, and chieftains. The Chola emblem, tiger, and they issued square copper coins with images of a tiger on the observe elephant and the sacred symbols on the rivers. Then Pandyas. The Pandyas, they ruled southern part of Tamil Nadu, are referred in the Ashokan inscriptions. Madurai was the capital of Pandyas. Tamil literary tradition credits Pandyan rulers with patronizing Tamil Sangams, academies, and supporting the compilations of poems. The Mangulam Tamil Brahmi inscription mentioned the king Neduncheliyan, Nediyon, Mudathirumaran, Balyagasale, Mudu Kudumi Peruvalidi are the famous kings in this dynasty. The Pandyan symbol was the fish. Then Velirs, that is chieftains. Apart from the Vendas, there were Velirs and numerous chieftains who occupied territories on the margins of the Moovendar. The Velirs were the 7 chief. They are Pari, Kari, Ori, Nalli, Began, Ayi, and Adiyaman. Sangam poems write extensively about the generosity of these Velirs. These chiefs had intimate relations with the poets of their time and were known for their large heartedness. These chieftains had alliance with one or other of the Moovendar and helped them in their battles against the other Vendars. Next one is society in the Sangam age. Many of the communities of the Iron Age society were organized as tribes and some of them were chiefdoms. The Sangam Age society was a society in transition from a tribal community ruled by a chief to a larger kingdom ruled by a king. Composition of the society. Social stratification had begun to take root in Tamil society by the Sangam times. There were several clan-based communities including groups such as Panar, Paradavar, Einar, Ulavar, Kanvar, Vetuvar, and Maravar. The Vendas, chiefs, and other associates formed the highest social groups. There were priests who were known as Antanars. There were artisan groups specializing in pottery and blacksmithy. The caste system we find in North India did not take root in Tamil country, as social groups were divided into 5 situational types and related to occupational patterns. So, caste system was divided according to the occupational patterns. The development of agriculture and pastoral ways of life might have harmed the ecosystem and the naturally available forest and wild animals. It is possible that some of the hunter-gatherers might have been pushed to the forest areas and a few might have taken up the occupation of manual laborers. The development of agriculture in the wetland region depended on the use of certain groups of people as laborers. Then women's position. Women are frequently referred to in Tamil texts as mothers, heroines, and foster mothers friendly women from Parner families, dancers, poets, and royal women were portrayed in Sangam literature. There are references to women from all five ego zones. For example, Venni Kuyatiyar is defined as a poetess from the village of Venni. There are references to women protecting Tinai fields from birds and Womanar Kula women selling salt, showing that women were involved in primary protection. Instances where women preferred to die along with their husbands also occur in the literature of the times. Okay, students, today we studied chronology, Tinai, who are the Vendas, the Chera, Chola, and Pandya, the famous kings, then chieftains, society in the Sangam age. What are the composition, how the caste system was formed, then what is the status of women. These are all studied in this lesson now. Tomorrow we will take the economy of Sangam period. Thank you, students.